friends, my name is Jemai and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new around here, please feel free to subscribe, watch any of my old videos, but also watch this one as well. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a little bit of my experience moving to Canada. If you don't know already, I was born and raised in Uganda, but I now live in Ontario, Canada. English is not my first language, and I am really grateful to be in Canada. Growing up, one of our biggest prayers was for us to come to Canada, or just having the opportunity to come to Canada. And after a while, honestly, I kind of gave up on that dream because I was just like, we're really old. We've been praying this since we're little, so it's like, it's not going to happen. So I just gave up on that whole thing. I was in Form 5 when we moved to Canada, which is like grade 11 here in Canada. Form 5 was like the best year for me personally because my relationship with God was solid. I had an amazing community. I was somewhat popular at school. I was getting like really good grades. I used to fancy this one guy and I was like, yes, this is the love of my life. Everything's gonna happen. Like I was cool. I was like relevant. I was like, I mattered in a way. Like church life was amazing. I had like, my school had a campus ministry and it's called like Scripture Union, so I was a part of that. I was a part of the drama club. I was like a part of everything. My sister comes over, so in Uganda, if you're in boarding school, there is such thing as a visitation day where either your parents or your family or whatever friends come visit you, either bring you money or food or whatever they bring. If you're in boarding school, you need it. You live for it. You look forward to those days. So my sister comes to visit me. I just like felt so cool. She bought food. We hang out. We talked, and like it was like an amazing time. At visitations though, at my school, I don't know if it's the same for other people's schools, but at my school we had like performances for the parents. We did like, it was a whole show. We did like everything. And then we had like a service, and then we had a party. It was like a happening. People bring food, we share food, it was like visitations there were lit. Like if you get visited, it was awesome. If you don't, it was just like a sad day because you're like, oh my gosh, my parents are not here. But for the most part, I used to get visited a lot. Like my cousins used to come. Everybody used to come. It was amazing. So we were doing a performance we just finished, and then one of my teachers comes on stage and calls me and Joy. My teacher was holding a paper, and then I looked, like I read it, and it said, Jemai and Joy are saying goodbye. And I was just like, I looked at my sister, I was so confused. And then the teacher proceeds to say, we just wanted to announce that Joy and Jemai are moving to Canada. I look at my sister, I start crying. I was like, wait, what? I was like, my tears wasn't even like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy to be in Canada. I was so grateful that happened. Cool. But also my frustration was, wait, how did they know before I did? I am the one moving to Canada. I should know that. But no, I didn't know that. So my sister looks at me and she's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. And I was like, oh, what do you mean you forgot to tell me? And then I cried. And then like we had to say some words to say goodbye or whatever. And I was just like, I'm still in shock at this point because I was like, what? How am I moving to Canada without me knowing? And everybody knows in the school except me. Disrespect. I felt so mad. I was mad. I was really mad. Obviously, that sounds very ungrateful, but still, I was imagining your parents come tell you you're moving to Africa right now. What are you gonna do? Like, there is no plan. There is no backup. There is no nothing. You're just like, yep. I was so mad. She told all my friends. She told everybody except me. When your life is going great, at least in my opinion, my life at that point was just like, everything was happening for me. And then, bang. Everything's about to change, and I was just like, great. I told my sister and my family, I was like, okay, if we're leaving, I'm not gonna go to school anymore, but just hang out with my friends and stuff for the next few weeks until we move or whatever. These people say, oh, we're not moving in weeks, we're moving like Wednesday. They told me on Sunday, we're moving on Wednesday, and I'm like, Monday, Tuesday, that's all I had. I had 3 days to pack up my whole life, but also to say goodbye to all of my friends. I felt betrayed. I was just like, great, this is happening. So like it actually became real because I was just like, Wednesday, I thought it was like we had a few weeks or a few months, but no, we just had a couple of days, and I was just like, great, this is happening. So I was just like, okay, obviously I had to drop out of school at that point and then say goodbye to all my friends at school. I think I came back the day after to just like have a formal goodbye and take pictures and stuff. I remember we had like a cameraman who used to come, say Nabulia. Oh my gosh, that guy. He used to take pictures of us. I would send some pictures because like I thought it was so cool. Anyways, so he came, he took pictures of us. It was I came back on a Monday because visitation day was on a Sunday. So I came back on Monday, took pictures with people, said bye. We went to my grandma's. My grandma lives a couple minutes away from my school, my old school. So like we walked to my grandma, say goodbye. Everything was happening. Like everything was happening. A lot of my friends I couldn't say goodbye to because they were in boarding school, and then it was all short notice. You can't say goodbye to everybody in that moment. So a lot of my friends came back from school and they found out that I left because I didn't have time to say goodbye. It's fine. And then Wednesday comes around. Wednesday's the day we move. I wake up super early in the morning. I run away. Like I was just like, I'm gone. I'm just gonna go. So my friend Haba, Solo, and Sam, they live like pretty close to me. Like they're like, I would say 5-minute walk from my house. And so I run to Solo's house and like talk to him. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm moving to Canada, blah blah blah. They didn't even tell. Like I was so mad. I started crying in front of them. It was like a whole dramatic like I sound so dramatic and ungrateful, but like it was just really sad. I was such a like everything. It's fine. So I talked to them, and then my family starts calling me. It was like around 10 or something. My family starts calling me. They're like, where are you? We're supposed to be packing and leaving or whatever. And then I don't answer. They keep calling me, and then I finally answer, and they're like, okay, I'll be there. And then I was like, well, I had to say goodbye to my other friend. So I went to Habat's house, and then I was like, Habat, this is happening. I'm leaving today, blah, blah, blah. I didn't have a warning. So say bye to everybody that I haven't said. Like, I was just like, it just felt like my life was ending. Ugh, so dramatic. It's fine. Anyway, so I said goodbye to them. I come back home. My family was mad because they're like, where have you been? African families, you know. We pack up our lives and yeah, we're shipped to Canada. Here we go. That was my first time on a plane. Airplane food sucks. It was a 48-hour like trip. So it was just like 48 hours. And so I don't know how we survived all of this because like we've never been on a plane. We don't know anything really. I don't remember exactly if they gave us somebody to guide us or something. I don't remember. All I know, we survived the plane ride and we made it to Canada. Amazing. All I knew about Canada was like all the geography stuff I learned from my teachers. That's all I knew. But also I knew my family, like some of my family members live here. And that's it. Like, that's all I knew. I come wearing my jacket. It was so hot because I was wearing like some sort of winter puffy warm jacket. I get here, it was so hot. I had to take it off. I wore this, like, I felt so cool. The way I hope I have any pictures to show you guys. But I felt so cool. I was just like, yes, we're here. Also, Canada smelled really different. Like, completely different. And it was just like, made it to Canada. I remember the first day I had Costco muffins. And then that's when my love for Costco fries and Costco muffins came along. Because I was just like, wow. This is amazing. Canada smelled different. Everything was cool. You guys had parks and stuff. Like, I never seen any of these things before. Buses, the roads, like traffic jam in Uganda is different compared to traffic jam in Canada. So everything was completely different. It was a whole new world. Honestly, that's it for now. I'm gonna do a part 2 of other stuff. You want to hear more about my stories moving to Canada, but also maybe growing up in Uganda and stuff like that, let me know in the comments. I can share some of that. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this and just spending time with me, but also liking, subscribing, and doing all the fun stuff people do on the internet. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!